Kriti Kapoor, I'm with at the moment, and Kriti is the Director of Global Social Customer Care at HP Inc. and has kindly offered to answer some questions about her experiences of social customer service. And indeed, a member of her team will be speaking at the Social Customer Service Summit on the 13th of April coming up. So, Kriti, hi there.
Good morning, Luke. Good to speak with you.
Good morning. Yes, it's afternoon here. Morning with you.
Good
So,
afternoon.
just to kick off with a question I know you'll want to answer, which is obviously HP's been on a social customer service journey, and I know the strapline is sort of no customer gets left behind, or that's what we've got in the sort of presentation blurb for the summit. Have you seen some key milestones on this journey, and how far do you think you are along it? How close to the end?
hmm I don't think we'll ever be finished with the work. And quite honestly, as long as we are in business, we will be around serving our customers and taking care of them wherever they are in the world. HP's been providing technical support and assistance to customers on social media for a number of years now. In fact, we started our journey back in 2008 with the launch of our communities platform, and that's known as the HP Support Forums.
Mhm.
The idea and premise was that, customers of ours were calling us on the phone, they were reaching out to us on email and on chat. And then, after office hours or they were going online and trying to get some help. And then, during the after office hours periods, etc., there was no place really for them to go to actually ask a lot of questions, particularly those that were more technical in nature. And as you can imagine, with a company the size and scale of HP, we also have a number of customers who are out of warranty. And so we thought, why not, instead of somebody going on Yahoo Answers or on Fixia or, tech gadget sites, etc., and asking for help, why don't we set up our own communities platform and have customers help one another? So that was the beginning of our foray into, I'd say, social support and crowdsourcing. Started in 2008. Today, we run our communities platform in 7 languages around the world. The site runs 24 by 7. Customers from around the world help each other. We have over 100 dedicated technical experts as well. These are volunteers who respond to our customers day in, day out and help them solve their problems. And when our experts get stuck, we have our social customer care agents that then step in to solve for those problems.
Right.
And our communities platform, we receive over 100 million visits to the site every year around the world. And then, we started seeing things evolve and an increasing number of customers or an emerging series of customers started to use social media channels like Facebook and Twitter to start having conversations around our brand. So back in 2009, we launched our presence on Twitter with @HP Support, and then extended that out to Facebook, and the journey has just been evolving since then.
Right.
So today we're supporting customers on third-party social media channels in 8 languages around the world. And we're responding to, collectively between the forums and social media, over 100,000 conversations in any given month.
Wow. Okay. And so, in terms of I guess it's hard to predict where it's going with
hmm
this, but the theme of our conference this year is the around the integration of social into an omni-channel service strategy. Um,
hmm
and obviously, I think as your experience is similar to others in the sense that you've started with social as a separate channel, albeit perhaps connected in at the sort of CRM level. Do you see it integrating more, or is that still a key challenge?
My team and I are definitely driving that integration really hard and fast. Consider the size and scale of HP's support and support function, right?
Mhm.
We have over 150 million products out there that are in warranty. We ship 1 printer a week and 48 million PCs every year. And we have over 30 million service related interactions with our customers on an annual basis, and that doesn't include social media. Right? It doesn't
Right.
include our websites and the traffic that we get on our website, as well as our on-product sort of technical software, proactive support that we provide through HP Support Assistant.
Mhm.
And so, just give me 1 second.
Sure.
So we think that it's absolutely really important. And of course, we ship our products and we have users of our products in over 170 countries around the world. And so I think it's really important that we know as much as possible about our customers when they come into us, what channels they reach out to us on, how that contact mix is actually changing and evolving. If a customer comes to us on a call experience and then moves into social media because our call experience, let's say, didn't meet their expectations or they didn't get the answer that they were looking for, they then go and choose an alternative channel to express how they felt. And that's certainly something that we've seen with the rise of our conversations and traffic that's coming in on channels like Twitter and Facebook. And so having an omni-channel experience, having a broader view of the landscape, following our customers and actually being available and present on channels where they are at is a key part of our strategy and will continue to be a key part of our strategy as we evolve. Last year, for example, we launched our presence on WeChat in China because we understood that there were a lot more customers. There's about 650 million people in China that are using WeChat today, and brands like HP can actually set up a branded presence and offer technical support. So that's what we're now doing. We have HP support available on WeChat. We have, since our launch and gone live, over 150,000 people that are connecting with us and following our support channel there.
Right.
And the CRM integration piece is probably the most important piece of that, to say we know who our customers are, we know where they've come from, we know what issues that they're having. Please register your products if you're an HP customer. That enables us to really fast track the customer support experience that you will have. And yeah, that, like I said, that journey will continue.
Right. Yeah. Interesting. And so, I mean, there's been a trend as well in the last sort of year or two for brands to perhaps encourage consumers off social and into more private channels. So, seeing the rise of private chat, and the social networks are facilitating this by allowing extended direct messaging on Twitter, perhaps, and business messenger on Facebook. Do you
Mm-hmm.
do you see this as a positive step, or do you see this as sort of taking away the power of social, which has really perhaps to some people helped drive the quality of service up in the last 5 years?
Yeah, it's a great question. My answer to that is actually it depends, right? Where possible, I'm going to try and solve the problem on the channel itself publicly as much as possible, right? It shows that HP as a customer is listening, as a company is listening to our customers. We're engaging with them, we're responding to them, and we're trying to solve their problems. Again, like I said, I talked about the nature of what we do and what we sell. We sell a ton of printers and PCs. We have customers from all around the world that are experiencing, challenges with their products and come to us looking for help. And so, if I need to capture something like a personally identifiable information, what's your product serial number? What's your email address? Product registration details, etc. Those are conversations that I will not have on a public social network. Those are conversations then that I will prefer to take into a private channel so that I can resolve for that issue. And once a customer actually gets a resolution for their problem, what we're encouraging, or what we hope our customers will do, is then go back out there and saying, thank you, HP, for solving my problem. And then that helps kind of build, much broader sort of brand sentiment for us, right? Positive
Sure.
brand
Yeah.
sentiment for HP. So that's kind of how I see these things working. So it will be an it depends scenario. Private chat and private and messaging certainly are a space that we're watching. The WeChat example that I gave you is a perfect example where we have a self-service option within the channel within WeChat, taking advantage of their application. So customers can easily find their closest service center locator. They can easily find the software driver that they would like to download, and test that. And we see a great number of volume of transactions that come through there. Those are all self-solve, self-help. And then when a customer really gets stuck, they can initiate a chat conversation with us on an application that they're very comfortable using, right? So that's a brilliant example of social, leveraging the power of one to many, and then also having a private messaging option available
Yeah.
if and when they get stuck. So
Yeah.
I see that evolving more and more. If you look at Facebook Messenger today and WhatsApp, they don't have these kind of capabilities within the product. So I actually see Asia Pacific as a region driving this really hard and fast with Line, KakaoTalk, and WeChat as dominant sort of messaging app platforms.
Right. So they're ahead, as always, slightly ahead of us in terms of the application of these things.
But yeah, applications, capabilities, the ability to do social commerce now through those apps. So that's where I see Twitter and Facebook evolving to. There's certainly, product enhancements that they're continuing to make. And we will continue to extend our capabilities as well from an HP support perspective based on watching what's happening with these guys in their roadmap.
Yeah, so there's definitely some opportunities there in terms of the challenges, and we always like to face up to the challenges that emerge. Obviously, I mean, a couple of years ago when we did the Social Customer Service Summit in London, we were looking at scale. That was the big question people were talking about. How do you scale, up these many one-to-one communications? And I think last year we had a look at some of the really successful self-serve communities that had emerged to help solve that problem. But then there are other challenges being thrown up around the sort of responsiveness of brands and how we can improve that, and whether it's good enough to meet the expectations of customers, which continue to rise every year. Where do you see the biggest challenge for 2016 for brands?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll certainly still talk about some of the things that I would consider like growing pains. That will be a continued theme. But there's a few things that fall under that, right? So I'll take our example and what we're up to. So as our operations continue to scale, it's really critical that we address things that get in the way of taking care of our customers. And while we're delivering best in class response times, the number of channels that we have, the number of opportunities that we have, how quickly the social media space is evolving is something that we must keep an eye out on. And that's important. But some of the barriers that we are experiencing that we're working through include things like, rapid integration of new social media channels in our support environment. um, all the different vendors and companies that we talk to, everyone is at a different stage in terms of their own maturity of their product and their roadmap and the capabilities of things that they can integrate. Some, for example, will support Facebook Messenger, some don't.
Hmm.
Some have Twitter integration, some don't. Some will have YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram in the context of social customer care. So that's something that we're keeping an eye out on. And so, rapid integration of social media channels in our support environment, particularly around messaging apps, the tracking and reporting of consistent set of operational metrics across these channels. I mean, today I support customers in over 20 social channels globally, and we don't have a consistent way, or we're working through that actually, is to find a consistent way of reporting that volume, tracking that, and particularly if we don't have a single agent console that can address our needs for those 20 plus channels that we're providing support on today, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Um, we want to keep the number of agent tools that we have to a manageable minimum. There's an integration of these tools into our core CRM environment. Text mining and converting unstructured data into structured insights and meaningful insights is important. So easily identifying some top issues across multiple languages is another big thing that we're working on. And I think the most important thing of all of this is having a real clear vision. what is it that you want to do? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to be known for? And then laying out an underlying IT architecture that takes these challenges on is key.
Yeah.
So, HP's operations are pretty mature in terms of social customer care. They're growing and they're expanding, but there's a lot of companies that are just venturing into social media and social media support for the first time. And so my advice to those teams is essentially to start paying attention, build a listening engine for your organization, start discovering where conversations around your brand are taking place and what are customers actually saying, and then put in an engagement tool that allows you to start responding to your customers and start developing that confidence and capability to be out there. So there's a whole gamut of challenges that people face based on the industries that they're in, as well as their own adoption of social customer care.
Right. Absolutely. Well,
Did I
thanks for that.
answer? Did I
Yeah.
answer your question?
That's yeah, no, fantastic. That's fully answered all of my questions. So thank you, Kriti. I'm just going to round off and say if you want to join Kriti's team at the Social Customer Service in London, we'll be there on the 13th of April this year, and also the 14th. There is a workshop on the how to create your social customer service hub. So if you want to join us there, go to socialcustomer.co.uk, socialcustomer.co.uk, and you can register now. So thank you very much. I'm just going to hang up this, and Kriti, stay on the line so I can talk to you about other stuff.